So imagine it's 2028, the next presidential election, the Democrats win. Does the next Democratic president get to stand on the east front of the Capitol over there and say, everyone in the world, America is back? And will people believe him or her?
I think we are now in an era with that pendulum swing that we've put the world through, with presidents going back and forth and having such different approaches to the world. I don't think words do it. I think it's actions. Actions are going to speak louder than words, as they usually do, but particularly in this case. I mean, I can't credibly say that the next president can stand up, at some big speech at the Munich Security Conference and be like, all that's over, we're in a new era. It just doesn't work because we've been sort of on this pendulum. So I think our actions will have to speak for themselves, and we won't get consistent and boring again on our actions, and predictable, I should say, until we settle our internal issues here at home.
So what's your role, what's your responsibility as you're a Democrat who wants to get re-elected in a swing state, full of people who admire Donald Trump in many ways, but you're also an experienced Middle East hand who knows how complicated and messy the world is. So, tell us about the 2028 presidential elections. You're going to be helping the Democrats try and win the White House. There's every opportunity for the Democrats to say Donald Trump has made some terrible mistakes, he's alienated allies, he's emboldened Russia and China, maybe the Middle East is still on fire, who knows, 2028. But what if the smart politics in 2028 is for Democrats to go, yeah, Donald Trump broke the world, and that's why we should just walk away. We don't owe the world anything.
Well, look, I just want to be clear. I don't think that we're ever just going to snap back to what we did in, let's say, the Biden administration or the Obama administration in terms of our role with the world. I don't. I think we're in a different phase now. And part of that is because the way that President Trump has just been breaking China all over the world. But part of it is because, there are things that need to change. It wasn't working. The value proposition wasn't working for the average American on our foreign policy, right? And I'm grappling with this as someone who cares a lot about our relationship with Europe, right? But I have to admit, I was part of many administrations, Democrat and Republican, that came to Europe and said, hey, we really wish you'd spend more on your defense. The threats aren't just, theoretical. We really need you to do more. And it would be like, okay, yes, sure. And now Donald Trump comes in and beats on Europe, and they are now spending more on defense. I hate that that's the lesson that was learned, but that's the lesson. And so we're never going to go back to the relationships we had before. We're going to have to remake and kind of out of the ashes reimagine that transatlantic relationship. And it's going to have to be more balanced. It is. Because the American public, you could ask the average Michigander, what's NATO about? And they're like, well, I know it was important in the Cold War, and they got to pay their fair share. I mean, that's seeped into the meat. So we're going to all have to be reimagining these relationships, not just cutting bait and not having engagement with the world. Trade won't let us do that. Globalization, what happens very far away affects my constituents at the grocery store. So I don't think there's a chance of pure isolationism. But being smart and resetting those relationships with allies and partners, 100%. I think that's going to happen no matter what.
So America first is not going away?
It's not America. I mean, to me, it's like, let's just be smart about our national interests and play to those things. Now, Trump, all he cares about is doing what he wants to do, and he doesn't understand that having positive relationships with allies and partners helps keep us safe. I believe that to my core, right? Right now, we've got lots of countries in Europe that have important aircraft and military capabilities who are not with us in the Middle East, okay? But were with us in places like Iraq or Afghanistan or the global war on terror. People don't understand that partnership and being allies keeps us safe. And that's because we haven't explained that and laid that out. So I believe in allies and partners as a way to keep America safe. But there's no doubt that it's not just going to be partnership for partnership's sake. We owe things to each other when we're in that allied relationship.